Today, I would like to talk about how a simple question can lead to a huge mountain of chaos for you when it comes to the narcissist and what it is that you can do about it, even if you're not in a position to leave that relationship just yet. So, hi everyone, my name is Deanna King, and welcome to my channel where we discuss all things narcissism and codependency. And if you do like this video, please consider clicking the like button, as the like buttons help get these videos out. And if you like my channel, well, please click subscribe. So, as I said, asking a narcissist a question can lead to huge control dramas, leaving you with another day or days of overwhelmment. Narcissists comprehend things way different from the rest of the world, these people, and they happen to like it that way. You never know what it is that you will say or ask that will trigger an out of proportion emotional response. One simple question that you deem to be a normal, reasonable question can trigger a sudden outburst of rage. And the thing is if it were just one outburst and done, but no, it's then followed by days, weeks, sometimes months of total chaos. Chaos that will affect you emotionally, mentally, sometimes financially, and even sometimes physically. Let me give you an example of what that can look like. Let's say that you ask them about a task that they said they would do over the weekend, but the weekend comes and they decide to do something else instead without even talking to you about it. You don't want to get into it with them about this because you know the drill. It's just going to turn into drama if you complain. So you let it slide and you don't say a word throughout the whole weekend. So now come Monday, what you needed done didn't get taken care of, and you're still in the dark as to when it will be taken care of. So you finally find the nerve to ask, and very carefully at that. You'll say something like, "Hey, sweetie, when do you think you're going to take care of the issue here?" And the response will go something like this: "Well, clearly I was doing something else this weekend." And then you might say, "Well, yes, I know, I'm aware. I'm just asking you what the plans are moving forward. You're walking on eggshells. Like, what are your intentions? When do you think that you'll be able to take care of said matter?" The response: "I just told you I can't do two things at the same time. I mean, what part of that don't you understand? It's simple math. And why are you trying to upset me? What's wrong with you?" So by now you're getting pretty flustered because the narcissist won't answer your question. This person is being obnoxious and they've just put you down, insinuating that you were stupid with the "what don't you understand" comment. So again, you say, "I know you were doing something else. I'm just asking you when. What are the plans? This week, next week, a month, just when? That's all I want to know." Now the narcissist will look at you and say something like, "Why are you getting all upset and angry? Why are you yelling?" When clearly you weren't yelling. But now you're defending yourself and saying, "I'm not yelling at you. I'm just really feeling frustrated that you won't answer the question." The response from them: "You're always frustrated, and I'm getting pretty sick and tired of it. You didn't get your way, and now you're just going to take it out on me and be abusive with me. You're always angry. You need help." Any of this sound familiar? Every day I wake up to this angry person in my face. And at this point, you let this person know that you're going to step away because you know by now it'll just escalate. And you tell them that you're just not willing to get dragged into another fight. But you step out of the room and you get followed into the next room, demanding that you answer all of the questions. Like, "Explain to me why you are being such a bitch," or "Why are you so angry all the time? Explain that. You're just trying to make me feel bad when all I'm doing is trying to understand the question." Oh my God, they're players. "I'm just trying to communicate with you, and you just walk away and you refuse to talk about it, like I just don't matter to you." So now they're putting on the guilt trip. "You're abusive, and I'm not going to put up with that. And then they start name calling, one name after another. Verbal abuse. Now it escalates into a train ride of yelling one thing after another and threats. door slamming, breaking things. And in this attack, you're being told, no wonder your family doesn't speak to you and you can't get along with anyone, and on and on and on and on. And once this fit is done, it's time for the stonewalling, the silent treatment. You must be punished for this. But the silent treatment still isn't enough. Now the task that you wanted done will not get done for sure. And the other thing that he or she was supposed to do, like maybe pick up the kids after school because you had an important appointment, won't get taken care of either. They won't address anything you ask simply because you asked. You brought it up. Any issue that you bring up with the narcissist will likely become problematic because by bringing it up, in their minds, you are trying to take control. And in a sense, you are. I mean, you might want to have some control over your life, like when the plumbing might work again, for example. Wouldn't that be a normal control that you might want to have in your life? But the narcissist doesn't let you have any control over anything. My ex was so adamant on making sure that I had no control over anything that I would go months on end without having any important things like an electrical problem being fixed. He wouldn't do it. And I wasn't allowed to hire someone else or ask a friend for help because that would have made him look like the fool. And if I even mentioned it from time to time, there would be hell to pay. Yet day after day, night after night, he would sit in front of his computer. He couldn't hold down a job. Everyone else's fault, of course. And when he did work, the hours were on his terms, a few hours a day. You can't address anything with them. They go right into attack mode. And it's a constant battle of trying to figure out what you can and cannot say to them. And you can't figure it out because their responses are different from one day to another. Their moods are fluctuating all the time. One day it's okay to ask them if they're busy, and another day it's total chaos. And most of the time it's the latter. More often than not, if you ask them to do something, whether that's to get something taken care of or talk about an issue, they will manipulate by shifting the issue onto you and make you responsible for said issue. It'll be your fault somehow. They'll bring up things that you said and twist it into something that you didn't say or didn't even mean as a put down. For example, say you're arguing about something so irrelevant to the issue or question at hand, and it's constant word salading and gaslighting. The issue is just getting nowhere. And in your frustration, you might say, "This is crazy. Normal people wouldn't be going through a 3-hour argument over a simple question," which now turns into them saying, "Oh, so now I'm crazy and I'm not normal." Now you're defending yourself again. See what they've done here? It's called deflecting. They've just thrown the responsibilities onto you. You're always on the defense with them. You get accused of all kinds of things, including the very thing that they are doing to you. You're being accused of trying to start a fight. Projection. The initial question or issue never got answered or resolved. They're now demanding that you answer their questions or respond to all of their accusations. Intimidation. So you're now overwhelmed, frustrated, and upset, which is what they wanted. They wanted to get away with any accountability and responsibility, and they wanted that feeling of creating a chaotic situation where you are weakened and they are powerful. Control. So that's a lot of wins for them. And you got everything you didn't want. Your needs weren't met, and that wasn't enough because now you're being punished and stressed to the max while they walk away feeling great on your dime. This person doesn't care about understanding you. They care about being on top. What they want is to mischaracterize you so that they can control and dominate you. You are below them and you must stay that way. Who are you to question me is how they feel. Meanwhile, you, now by yourself, contemplating on this fight you just had, start to question yourself, like perhaps you weren't clear enough about what you said. Or perhaps you did hurt them when you really didn't mean to. Maybe you could have found a better way to address the issue with them. Maybe if you try to write a letter to them or send them an email to try and fix this, that way you can be clearer about what you wanted to say without the interruptions. And then you think that you could explain that you weren't trying to offend them. And that way, when they read the letter, they'll be able to calm down and get what you were saying. You are fooling yourself. It doesn't matter how nicely you address this. It doesn't matter that you let them know that you understand their point of view. It doesn't matter that you rock their ego by saying that you get that they might be under a lot of stress. It doesn't matter that you write a letter and you spray it with their favorite perfume. They do not want conflict resolution, period. It's not what they're after. And this is real, folks. They do not want to resolve. They do not want to be fair. They do not want you to feel better. They want you to feel bad so that they can feel good. That is what narcissistic supply is all about, for them to feel better. This is abuse. They took your energy so that they could fill up on it. Please think about this. So now that you're aware of this, you have to start looking out for you. You have to take care of self. And that's been your responsibility since coming to this earth. Unfortunately, as codependents, we've learned that we were supposed to be responsible for everyone. And as empaths, we also believe that everyone else in the world had empathy. The whole world does not. Once you understand that narcissists are not like other people, that they do not display normal behavior, and that they really don't want to change, it'll become clearer to you that you cannot depend on them for your happiness or anything else for that matter. You cannot wait for them to make you feel better. Otherwise, you're just a puppet waiting for the master to decide when you're to feel better. Now, as long as you're feeling badly, you're vibrating at a low frequency. And as long as you're vibrating at that frequency, you will continue to attract more chaos into your experience. So let's start turning these frequencies around so that you can start attracting better things. So where do you begin when a simple question turns chaotic? You walk away from the nonsense. You remember to not take it personally, and that you are dealing with a sick puppy who chooses to stay that way. Pigs are happy in the mud. The narcissist is happy in their environment. Well, as happy as a narcissist can be, but it's what they want. It's what they choose. Now, others say that you need to walk away from the relationship. Eventually, yes. But for now, maybe you can't. Maybe it's for financial circumstances or children or health. Maybe mentally or emotionally, you just aren't ready right now. And that's okay. Sometimes you need to study more on narcissism. Well, I say it's okay, not unless you're being beaten up here. But anyway, like I was saying, sometimes you need to study more on narcissism or codependency so that you can better understand your own self. Maybe you need counseling to help you out of your situation. And if that's you, what you can do is refuse to engage. Walk away from the drama when you see that you're being manipulated and pulled in. And while he or she is punishing you, like giving you the silent treatment, use those days to self-care. Use that time to study up on narcissism and codependency. Binge watch YouTube videos on the subject, with earplugs on, of course, if you aren't alone. That right there can strengthen you. Use these learnings to be good to you. You'll start to see that you do deserve better, and that you aren't crazy, and you aren't alone in this. You'll start to see that you are a beautiful person, flaws and all. You'll start to understand that it isn't personal to you. In one way, yet in the other, you'll begin to understand that there's also a paradox in this, that on a soul level, this person was a gift to you, although it doesn't feel like that. But showing up in your life in order to bring you to your own healing from codependency. So for you, one day at a time, one step at a time, Just walk away, don't engage, and use that time to self-care, journal, meditate, listen to your favorite music, acknowledge you. And if some days you do slip up and you find yourself full on engaged in their drama or crying and feeling angry for days on end, so what? You digressed. It happens to the best of us. And that anger sometimes needs to come out, or those tears, the grieving needs to come out. Sometimes you do need to cry or be angry. It's all part of the journey. We've all been there. So be good, be kind, be true to yourself. So I hope this has been helpful for those out there needing to hear these words. I encourage you to keep on keeping on. You'll get there. Until next time, bye for now.